Why you need to consider starting is when you start, for starters, some people might ridicule you, they might laugh at you, but eventually there will be a couple of individuals that might think you're really good at what you're doing. Some of them can actually approach you for business. Thank you for clicking once again. I appreciate that you've clicked on this video. Like you've noticed, I haven't posted anything in a couple of days. I had a minor accident with my eye. I'd gone to a store to pick up something, and I think probably an insect or anything, some flying object dropped in my eye. You see, these days you can't ask anybody to help you. You know how you usually call upon anybody, any random person, please, could you come and look through my eye and probably blow out whatever is there, or could you use a small something small that can probably reach whatever item is in my eye. I mean, I couldn't do that. Right now, you know, probably they would think I'm crazy because we have a Rona on the loose. So I had to let that go, and well, came back home, washed my eye with water, and then I thought I would simply slip it off and wake up in the morning. Well, when I woke up in the morning, it was red. So I had to go to one of the pharmacies in my neighborhood, and I picked up some eye drops. It's now okay. I think you can see it's not looking as bad, but that has been the story for the past 2 days. Yep, today I was thinking about the whole idea of starting something and really being worried about how it will unfold. So these are some of the things that I've landed on. I've landed on some interesting quotes, but there's one particular tweet that I landed on, and this guy was saying that you better start whatever it is that you want to start, because your project will evolve anyway. Yeah, that caught my attention. Whatever we start eventually evolves into something else. So if we don't start, we don't even get to see how it will evolve into something better. My conversation today is just about getting things started, the things that we want to start. One of the things that really gets my attention lately is the content that we watch on television. A couple of years ago, probably 10 years ago, I was fascinated over Nigerian movies. I was fascinated by them because the very first Nigerian movies were really funny. You know how they create a character of a ghost that looks left and right while crossing the road. All those things used to make us laugh, and we really laughed so hard. But right now, as we speak, it's very hard to scroll through your news feed on Facebook or Twitter or anywhere online, and you fail to find, say, a Nigerian meme, especially by these twins. They are not twins, but I think that they're close friends. I'll put them up here. You'll see them. Those two individuals that are very popular in Nigerian movies. So it got me thinking that if we don't start anything, we will never progress to the next level of that which we've started. Now, I found out that Nollywood, that is the Nigerian filming industry, brings in $50 billion. That was as of 2018. Now, that is second to agriculture. Now, this would have not been possible if these people had not started their filming industry, their journey, if they hadn't gone through all the ridicule and everything that we saw. We know their quality has really stepped up. I think some of us have even watched some series or movies on Netflix. So these guys are really doing quite well. So if they hadn't started, they wouldn't be where they are right now. So they are a success story. Secondly, when we start, we attract the people that are like-minded. The ones that are willing to help us eventually show up. In particular, Ugandans are very, very helpful. There's a community of YouTubers that I joined a couple of months ago, and whatever that you throw in the group, in the event that you need any help, there will always be somebody to respond. So they're very helpful. There are some communities in Africa where people want to do things by themselves. It's sort of a competition. They're not really willing to help because they feel like if somebody outperforms them, it makes them less of a person. So Ugandans, we are very fortunate that majority of Ugandans are really helpful. There might be some that are not, but in general, you'll find people that are willing to help you get to the next level for free. Yep. Thirdly, the reason as to why you need to start is somehow, you know, when you focus on something so much, for instance, you'll find yourself doing most of your probably Google searches about that very particular subject. Now, Google has a way of bringing exactly what you've been looking for. It starts to look through your search history, and it will bring the things that are most relevant. Like you'll notice even in videos, they will bring the videos that are most likely going to be of help. Then you'll obviously find yourself moving much faster than you should have if you had simply kept quiet, or if you had not asked, or if you hadn't used search engines like Google. I'm thinking probably you should consider using YouTube as much, because YouTube is the second largest search engine. Anything that you need, you'll find it on Google. You'll absolutely find it on Google. So obviously, if you're looking for instance, it's just that when you go to Google, there are times when you look for things that could freak you out on Google or YouTube. Sometimes you might, especially if you go to Google and you're looking for results that are health related, it could freak you out. So you need to look for this information, and you need to be, you shouldn't take it at heart. You shouldn't take it as it is. Sometimes you might have, especially things that concerning your health, you have to be careful so that you don't literally take in whatever it is that you've seen, because we've all read some of the things that Google says. You could read something and it literally means you're not alive anymore, or probably you have 3 hours to live. So make your searches, and then your conclusions, they should be sound and really guided by a specialist. So do not take things just the way they are. But on the whole, these other general things, you'll really find lots of information on YouTube. It's the second largest search engine. I can't really emphasize that any further. Number 4, when you start, you'll be able to meet people that are like-minded, and then you'll actually know that it's important for you to consider to get a mentor or an accountability partner. This individual will help you jump some of those hurdles that they've probably been able to get over the years. So you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Somebody has probably done whatever it is that you're trying to start. Number 4, why you need to consider starting is when you start, for starters, some people might ridicule you, they might laugh at you, but eventually there will be a couple of individuals that might think you're really good at what you're doing. Some of them can actually approach you for business. For instance, like YouTube videos. Some people might not actually know what happens behind the scenes. Some of them might actually think you're using very expensive equipment, but when they approach you, then you'll be able to have a conversation at length, and then probably you can partner with another person who has the resources that can deliver the project that these people have fronted to you. So YouTube in particular is an opportunity for you to meet people, so that you can move much faster in whatever you're trying to achieve as a creator, or as a marketer, or as an influencer, whatever it is. If you have content on YouTube, that is what you're trying to achieve, meeting people so that you can move much faster in whatever you're trying to achieve. So those are a couple of reasons that I think we need to start. If we don't start, we will never know how we need to improve. So and you have to start with whatever it is that you have. You will imagine what happens behind the scenes when you're doing things. People do not know. We see lots of people doing baking and everything, but we don't know what they use. Some people use ovens, some of them use these normal traditional stoves that we have, but at the end of the day, the person who gets it delivered and it's done quite well is the one that gets this customer, or is the one that gets the glory. Last but not least, the reason why you need to start is you'll probably know that you'll be able to discover whether you're the right fit for that which you've started. If you are not, then you'll also know that you should move on to the next thing. There are things that we always keep at the back of our minds, thinking that this is for me, I can do this. But if you notice that if you haven't started, there will probably remain memories and regrets even when you're much older. So when you start, you'll probably be able to identify that this is for me or this isn't. Now, and then that is an opportunity for you to know what your best fit is, what you're best fit for. So if you don't start, then you'll never know really what you can do. There are people that believe that probably they can act, but when you ask them to memorize a script, it is a problem, but they think they are good actors. So that is when you will know, if you fail at acting, probably you'll know that you're best positioned at manning the camera or doing the edits. It could even be writing movie scripts themselves. So if you don't start, then you'll never know exactly what is really good for you. And then nothing really remains static, because as you move along the way, things keep on changing, and then you find yourself focusing on that you feel is more important. For instance, if it's like movies, you're not going to do all sorts of movies, from action movies to romantic movies or sci-fi movies or animations. So because you've started, then you'll be able to know what it is that you can do best, and then you'll focus on exactly that. So the importance of starting is that it helps you define exactly what is best for you. If you find this content quite interesting, please consider subscribing to this channel. Throw some comments right down there. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think I should cover next time. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.